The Federal Emergency Management Agency. Bashir on CBS Mornings.
Does FEMA need to be fixed in many ways? Yes. But their emergency response, how they surge resources in the search and rescue phase is critically important.
Thousands more federal workers were fired over the weekend. Chelsea Milburn lost her job at the Department of Education.
I'd say the last couple of weeks, there was a lot of stress, fear, and tension.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio arrived in Riyadh a day before meetings with Russian officials on ending the war in Ukraine. The BBC's James Waterhouse.
Well, it's been very difficult, I think, for President Zelensky and countless Ukrainians to see a senior Russian delegation arrive in Saudi Arabia, as is expected, to sit at a table that Ukraine is not invited to.
Health officials in Texas have confirmed 48 cases of measles, most of them in Gaines County near Lubbock. Most reported in children and teenagers who either weren't vaccinated or their status is unknown. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
With measles, which is what we know of as being the most contagious infectious disease out there, you need very high levels of vaccination to prevent an outbreak. So even a dip from 95% coverage to 93% coverage can leave you vulnerable to having outbreaks.
New Mexico confirmed a case recently as well. A lot of renters say the rent is too damn high, and experts say it's only getting higher. New York Times real estate reporter Rhonda Kaysen.
The people who are buying homes, they're facing a market where homes are much more expensive than they've been in history, and so those people are renting longer. So we have more renters than before, and we have not enough places for them to live.
Zillow says the typical asking rent in January was close to $2,000 a month. That's up 3.5% from a year ago. Markets are closed this President's Day. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print it all for my business. Oh, if you can think it, Staples can print it and will beat any print quote. Oh, great. I'm thinking new brochures and yard signs. No problem. I'm thinking calendars, t-shirts, and pens. Totally. I'm thinking Staples is the place for printing. I thought you might think that.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
So family's been here a long time. My folks are from the Smyrna area and came to Murfreesboro in the 50s and have stayed in this area. Now I live out in the Milton community on the farm out there. My children are all here and get to serve this community in the trustee's office and in other ways, and it's just a great place to be. We've seen a lot of changes from the small town I grew up in to Murfreesboro now. I remember so well. Mullins Jewelers was on the square. Tim Mullins and I are the same age. We would walk back and forth from Beatty's, which was where Greenhouse Ministries is now, Mullins Jewelers, and in early elementary, we could walk back and forth without adult supervision. I mean, we would be at one place or the other and eat in the restaurants, and Dad would come back and I'd get a hamburger and he'd come pay for it later. I didn't know you were supposed to pay for it, but we all knew each other. It's still a wonderful community, but it was a great place to grow up.
It changed so much. You just ask off air. I came here in '96, and I can't believe the changes over just the last 30 years. But Michael, you grew up here. We found out off air, my wife and you are cousins.
Yeah.
Your father and her mom were brother and sister.
Yeah.
So you've grown up here.
Yeah, grown up here my whole life, and like Ted was saying, I mean, that Murfreesboro's been a great place to grow up. It's started out so small. It seems like we were kids. I mean, you mentioned downtown. My first job was on the square at 14 years old. My parents just let me ride my bike, and I think we're blessed to be here, blessed to have the growth. I think we regret that sometimes with all the traffic, but it's just been a great place to raise kids and see this community continue to prosper.
Well, again, growth is going to happen. We're in an area, so close to Nashville, and no income tax, a lot of things that help this community thrive. But what I like about the both of you serve in many different ways, both of you, this community. But it's kind of near and dear. You and I have kind of talked, Michael, off air. My next door neighbor had some serious problems growing up because he was so made fun of.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, we're going to talk about journey in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Why, Michael, is it so important to you to be on that board and so invested?
Yeah, so a little background. I grew up in a house where my parents kept special needs foster kids, and that was just a passion my mom had. She wanted to help kids particularly, and it developed into an ability to help kids with special needs. Her thing was if she could get these kids that had a disability to just learn basic reading and basic writing, she felt like they could do anything in the world. And that's kind of carried over with me. When my mom passed, we had two of those kids left, Dickie and Mickey Newman, who I've now gone and got guardianship, conservatorship, whatever you want to call it. I'm technically legally responsible for them. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but especially if you know Dickie and Mickey.
They told me they were responsible for you, Michael, and I think that's how that works.
So sometimes that's probably a lot more fitting. But yeah, so that's developed into a passion I have. I've seen other organizations like Journeys in other counties and the services they provide, and it's near and dear to my heart to see the quality of the services that Journey provides and the amount of services and the amount of people that we serve. I mean, we have a strong reputation at Journeys for serving a lot of our special needs community. Middle Tennessee has a strong reputation for being very caring and compassionate and providing a certain level of quality of life for our special needs community, and I think a lot of that is stems out from the work that Journeys in Community Living does here in Rutherford County and Cannon County and the surrounding areas, and just like I said, the quality of the service we provide, the heart, the care. I was with my brothers Saturday, and the whole time they're talking about, hey, we got new staff. We love our new staff. Our new staff does this. Our new staff does that, and it's just something you don't see in other organizations. Here's two guys that, growing up, I mean, that came from nothing. That came from the worst scenarios you can possibly imagine. Not even something we want to talk about on air, but a lot of these, they're adults now, but a lot of these kids just come from terrible, terrible situations, and we give them a quality of life from the time that, from early on all the way through death. We're able to provide a quality service to them.
So let's talk about the home itself then, Ted. What age are they able to come, and is it adults only? Is it children and adults?
That's actually changed. We just changed kind of our mission statement within the last couple of years. Journeys in Community Living, which started out as the Rutherford County Adult Activity Center, used to be in the basement of the old Cox Memorial Gym. For those who have been around a long time, that's where this program started in 1975.
You're showing your age now.
I am showing my age. We used to have practices when I went to Middle Tennessee Christian playing basketball, if there was an event in the gym we couldn't get it, we'd go play in Cox Memorial. I can remember running suicides in Cox Memorial Gym. Not my favorite memory.
No, you can't use suicide anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Now it's just a line drill. You know,
we've changed. That's right, but that's
it
what
was
they
suicide
were
for us
when we were playing ball. That's exactly right. But it has always been a focus on adults with intellectual disabilities. But we've expanded that to help all individuals with intellectual disabilities, and also expanded because there is a real need in our community now to help seniors who may not have that disability but who need help with job training, need a place to go during the day. So that is an expanded focus for Journeys. But in our residential program, it is still basically structured for adults with intellectual disabilities, and we a gamut of those folks, like Michael's brothers. Michael takes care of me. Many of the individuals have very supportive families, but they live in these homes because it helps them to be independent. So they'll go home for the weekend with family. They'll spend Christmas with family. They're not without support. But for these individuals, that's their home. With great pride, this is my room, this is my home. And so they get the opportunity, because the whole goal of Journeys is to help individuals to have independent and fulfilled lives to the highest level that they can. So helping them, because you may not by name, but you may know Mickey and Dickie from Kroger's, from the car wash, from ball games. They're always very friendly and able to work in the community. And so we do job training. We help folks with basic skills, washing clothes, things like that, just a variety. Some individuals then don't live in our residential program. They just come for job training, and we help them get into jobs or get certain training that allows them to stay at home and function. Or we have a day program for individuals to come and get training or activity during the day, so that then they go back home in the afternoon or evening. So it gives the family some opportunity to do other things, and gives them, because again, that whole goal is not just to take care of, but to promote a enriched, fulfilled, challenging life for individuals with special needs.
So again, it's near and dear to my heart. My next door neighbor, Jeff Broombaugh, he was family, really. I mean, when you live next to, but he was my protector. I mean, I was a kid that got bullied. He wouldn't let him. And here's this, when he got mad, that they didn't want, and he was, again, he became my protector. We had Thanksgiving with him. We had Christmas with him. So this, what you guys have done is amazing to me, how you serve men and women in our community. So let's talk about how we as a community can help this community.
Can I back us up just a little bit and give some thanks, Andy? Because I really like to get into that. But I want to be very, we have a tremendous staff of people, a great management team, and a great staff. It takes dedicated, gifted, and I almost use the word called individuals. It does. To do, because it can be challenging. It can be challenging work. Helping people, you've got to have patience and work with these. And so a tremendous staff, from management to what we call DSPs, our direct support personnel, that do a tremendous job with a heart of helping people. And I want to, really say it is impossible for Journeys to operate without those individuals. They do a great job, and we've got a great management team. Francis Cook, who is now our executive director, has been with Journeys for a number of years, 40 plus. Stepped into that executive director's role a couple of years ago. Has just done a fantastic job and had developed the staff around her, and has really helped us to focus as an organization and update. And I've been a part of the board for now a number of years. In fact, my dad was on the board in the 70s as this began, as this kind of concept began. So it's an organization I've been familiar with most of my life. But to see, it's an organization that has really grown, has really focused. I think we're stronger now in lots of ways than maybe we've ever been. Always done a good service, but really focused on being able to improve those services and to be viable into the future, which is important to be able to do that. So, and then I get to serve with a great board. Again, been a part of this board for a number of years. Michael's had. Mike, I think no doubt we probably have the strongest board. We've had some great board members all through the years, but just a very dedicated, strong board of directors that are very involved in that. That is wonderful. And then community support is better. We started. Let's see, we're about to have this year. It's our 50th anniversary. And so it's 50 years for Journeys, and we're going to have our fundraising, our ninth annual is called Partners in the Journey. It was a luncheon. Now we've moved it to a dinner. But when we started that 9 years ago, not only is that our large annual fundraiser, but I think it really raised the profile of Journeys in the community. And so we have seen a lot more community support, which is very helpful. Financial support, individuals and businesses who have service days will do things with Journeys that help us. Sometimes people will have extra furniture, and Journeys now becomes a recipient. We can use them in our homes.
Talk about how those businesses come alongside you. What does that service day look like? I mean, you've said something that piqued my interest that I still don't get the full picture of.
Well, so like I'll give one example. We work with the home builders of Central Tennessee as well, and we have certain gentlemen on home builders that will come in and help us out with just drywall repairs and painting and stuff like that. So it can be something very small, but it can be something very elaborate too.
It can be yard work.
Just basic cleaning. And like the actual furniture donations, Journeys receives funding from the state level from different insurance companies depending on the certain client, what that client's needs is. But that funding has to be used to service that client. There's no funding to maintain the house. There's no funding when we need to buy a new car to take these individuals to work. We have one individual that goes to MTSU. There's no funding for that, so we have to raise funds. We count on our businesses in the community that help support Journey, or individuals in the community that help support Journey. This Partners in the Journey fundraiser is significant funding source for us when it comes to the little things that make a big impact, such as just basic repairs to a house.
So someone out there listening wants to get involved and can do handiwork or yard work, how do they contact y'all?
Yeah, just reach out directly to Journeys. We have a team there that helps coordinate that. Frances Cook is our director, but she has a person that coordinates those repairs, knows what needs to be done. We have a list of these are projects that we need assistance with. It may be a monetary thing. It may be I just have some extra time. I have some skills. One of the big things that comes up, Andy, routinely is, Ted mentioned we service these individuals from, high school age all the way through death. Well, what happens a lot of times is the needs somebody has when they're 20, 30 years old change dramatically when they're 50, 60 years old. So we have a lot of houses we have to put in handicap showers, wheelchair ramps, and things of that nature. And that seems like a small thing, but that really adds up. It can really be significant. So any organizations that have ability to help with those things, it can really be a big impact to the bottom line.
And we run 21 residential homes. All but one of those are leases. So we have landlords. But if you've owned homes or rental properties, there is always some routine maintenance or those. And so, folks who are handy, there's. We had an individual that was part of his donation. He was kind of the handy man around to help with those things, which is a real need. And from a financial standpoint, and I think it's important to talk about, we all know what housing, either rent or purchase has been. And we've had some landlords who have been great to Journeys. But our individuals typically are on some type of disability. So Journeys receives payment for services that we render, but they pay their rent for this housing typically out of their income, out of their disability income. So usually there's about 3 to a home is kind of the number, with the exception to, but generally that's how that operates. And so they pool that money to pay their rent and for a lot of their expenses. So having these fundraisers, because as these rents have gone up, and again, landlords have been very good to Journeys and community living, and we're appreciative of that. But that strain on the individuals that we assist finances. So that's a real need where the community can help us say, hey, we might want to supplement a home and being able to pay their rent for this home so they can stay there. And we're going to work as Journeys to help these folks. But those are real needs because those costs, all of us feel that, and Journeys is not immune to that. And that's really not something that the insurance in the state covers. That's something that's covered out of income that our individuals have. So that's a real need as well. And then one of the great things the community is involved in, for the last several years, the North Boulevard Church of Christ youth group, we have a Christmas party, and it's well attended. It is a tremendous amount of fun because, again, our whole purpose is to help individuals be involved in our community. So to go to a Christmas party where they interact with the youth group from the church, and so they eat and they sing Christmas carols and they're involved, and so it's an interrelation of those with disabilities and those without. Just all kind of opportunities like that. We'll have picnic in the summer out at the Barfield Park. We'll have a picnic and time together. Just the things that all of us enjoy. Those are the things that Journeys tries to do. But those are the things that community can come in and say, hey, we'd like to work with you and provide an activity or those things, because the folks that we have the opportunity to work with at Journeys, they're social. Many of them, they are social. They love to get out and meet people, and it is just rewarding and a lot of fun. And we normally have the picnic in the summer, and it's hot. They'll be fanning, but they're having a good time eating some barbecue and playing games and just socializing. And again, it's not just about keeping you warm and safe. It's about let's have some fun. Let's have a fulfilling life. To what level? If you're able to work, let's get you in a job. If not, let's at least get out in the community every day. And so it can be a monetary donation, but it can be, providing activity, lots of opportunities. And the phone number, Journeys, let's give that. We'll give it several times. It's 615-890-4289. And it's
4389.
4389. 4389.
4389.
And it is, it's Journeys and Community Living. You can look us up on the web or social media, but lots of opportunities. And the community has been really great to Journeys.
Go ahead, Andy.
So, Michael, you said 21 homes. Mm-hmm. What is the real need and number of homes? Do we need to help more? Is there more out there for us to help and reach in our community in Rutherford County?
Andy, there's more demand than we can supply. We constantly have people reach out for services. We get referrals from different organizations for services. And, we mentioned the quality of the care that Journey provides. And when we feel like we can provide a top quality care at Journeys for the services that are needed, the services that are desired, we're going to provide that. So, that specifically to your question, Andy, there is a need for, I wouldn't say a plethora of homes, but there's always a need to add homes because there's other individuals coming aboard. And there's other organizations. There's lots of great nonprofits out there, but there's other organizations that sometimes somebody is associated with that organization and they need a service that organization can't provide. And that's where we can come in. One of the things that we talked about a little bit was the job coaching program, and that's a service. A small business owner, a business owner. I mean, my brothers have worked for organizations like Kroger, organizations like Sonic. If you have a small business and you see that, hey, I can bring somebody in. It lights up the customers. The customers love interacting with our clients that work in these different fields, and they just enjoy going to work every day. It gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them a sense of accomplishment. I made money. I earned a paycheck. It just gives. It doesn't have to be anything significant, but it gives them a sense of accomplishment. And that's probably one of the most profound programs I think we have. Outside of taking care of people's medical needs and the job coaching itself, just the transportation, getting them to work, getting them a place to go every day. Because most of them, you'd be surprised, they really want to be involved in the community, whether it be volunteer work, whether it be a job at church. We help them get to church, help them get to the doctor, and all these different programs that we have just helps them live that quality life.
You guys, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Ted and Michael.
First Shot, growing in Christ with life and athletic skills. So we teach God's Word at everything we do to implant it in them so that they understand that the only way to get through the world is with God on their side.
First Shot founder and executive director Andy Herzer.
Our focus is on our inner city here at Patterson Park.
From academics to athletics, First Shot's focus is toward building a stronger, more courageous spirit to face opportunities and obstacles that our youth confront every day. To find out more about First Shot, go to firstshottn.org.
Life's too short to stress about insurance. That's why Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance is here to make sure you have the right coverage without all the hassle. He'll work hard to provide you with personalized service and finding the best solutions for you and your family. Whether you're looking for auto, home, or business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. Let him handle the details so you can focus on what really matters.
Murfreesboro firefighters are going door to door to ensure that everyone is counted in the special census. Every resident means more funding for roads, schools, and emergency services. Up to $3.5 million more each year. So don't wait. Fill out the mailer you received or visit murfreesborocensus.com. That's murfreesborocensus.com. Every name matters, including yours. Help us help Murfreesboro. Fill out your special census form today. murfreesborocensus.com.
Bell Jewelers reminds you that it's spring cleaning time. Look through their jewelry, and there may be styles that you don't necessarily wear anymore. Bring them to us here at Bell Jewelers. We'll buy the gold that you don't want anymore. We can take the stones and reset them into a more current piece. Come to Bell Jewelers and we'll help create a special piece just for you. Bell Jewelers, 821 Northwest Broad Street, across from Toots.
And I would highly recommend Adams Place. It's a place to enjoy life. It's comfortable. The settings are home-like and not sterile. Adams Place is a place they're looking out for you. You feel at home, and I'm very fortunate there's a lot of people here I already knew. To get back to the food, I want to say one thing. The chef does a fabulous job here. I'm Larry Castelli, and I would highly recommend Adams Place.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by AmeriCare Pest Control and the law offices of John Day.
I've got pesties, buzzing rodents running all through my house. Ants chewing wood, and look, there's a mouse. I'm overrun with pests, but you're gonna be sure, safe and secure. It's the last rites for those pests. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated. Call us today. 893-7111.
For over 78 years, you've depended on WGNS to learn what's happening around home, and you still do. Sunday of next week, February 23rd, that's the Rutherford County Archaeological Society meeting date. The guest speaker is Dr. Shannon Chappell Hodge. She's an MTSU professor, as well as the chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Her topic's going to be the Tennessee heroes of 1846 and the bioarchaeology of the Mexican-American War. Once again, the Rutherford County Archaeological Society meeting is free, and that's Sunday, February 23rd, a week away, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, over at Oakland's Mansion in Manny Hall. Are you new to town and want to learn more about our community? The Rutherford County Historical Society will have a program that's just right for you. It's on Saturday morning from 9 until noon, and it's in a one-room schoolhouse, the old Ransom Schoolhouse. 9 until noon this Saturday, and it is free. Ransom School is at 717 North Academy Street. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
Skies become mostly sunny here this afternoon with a high into the upper 30s. Tonight, mostly cloudy and low near 24. By Tuesday, partial sunshine, high 42. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 25.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, MTE Sharing Change has now donated more than $11 million to local nonprofits assisting worthy causes in our community. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS. This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into WGNS. I'm Andy Herzer, founder, executive director of First Shot. Here's my shameless plug that I get every week. April 27th, we have Dr. Julius Irving coming in for our sneaker ball. He will be golfing the next day at Old Fort in our golf tournament. If you would like to have more information, you can give me a call at 615-631-5312. Welcome back in, Michael and Tab. You guys, this is amazing to me because, again, I think it takes a special person with the right heart to serve, not only serve the board, but serve these special needs people that we have in our community that for a lot of times that we have discarded. Like my neighbor, he was discarded. And it would always break our heart. So let's talk about the need that the Journeys living in the community has. How do we go out and get people to come along, serve, or even want to be a caretaker? Ted?
There are all kind of career opportunities. We were talking before the break about the need for homes because there is a large need. Our community has grown, and as our attitude toward disability has changed, Andy, from being on the sideline to having programs where you're trying to live as independent as you can. We understand there are some disabilities that say you need assistance, but where it's about a fulfilling life. So those attitudes change. But the biggest need, to be honest with you, that Journeys has is from a staff, just having enough personnel. Because as we talked about 21 homes, and this is 24/7 care. There's somebody in these homes every day, and I think in a moment we're going to talk about the Technology First program that's going to assist us and assist individuals that. But if you have or know someone who has the heart and the desire to help individuals with intellectual disabilities, we'd love for you to call Journeys and apply. We have training. It's a great place to be, a dedicated group of folks, but it's a real place to serve, and that's a real need. It's from that service community, serving individuals in our community. And again, it does take heart. You're not going to be successful at that if it's just a job. And that's the kind of staff we have that really care about people and want to see them succeed. And that's what makes it important. And that's why I have such a great appreciation for the individuals that do help us at Journeys.
So you just mentioned, Michael, in off air, we were talking a little bit about it. The technology. Mm-hmm. How does technology help our individuals in these homes or to stay independent, not be in a home?
Yeah. So it ties directly in with the staff. Part of the Technology First initiative is to bring things that you and I see in our homes, bring it to this community as well. Things like being able to turn on light switches, being able to change TV channels. And then there's safety things too, like making sure the stove is off, making sure the refrigerator door isn't left open, things of that nature. So we have a young man, one of our clients that, has never been able to turn on the light switch by himself, has never been able to turn the TV on by himself. He's always had to have staff to help him with those things. Well, now through the use of technology in the home, he can verbally turn on the lights. He can verbally change the TV channel. Imagine the power he feels now being able to do that on his own without having to ask for assistance with something like that. Things that we take for granted. The use of technology in these homes is really helping us with staffing, because now maybe there's individuals in some of our homes that have less of a disability, and we can instead of having 24-hour care, we can have through the use of technology, we can make sure they're well taken care of through the use of things like cameras, through the use of things like verbal interaction, safety things such as making sure a stove is off, or just the use of technology. There's going to be more and more of a push as we go to have quality staff, to have a loving and kind staff, but also to use technology in the home to make sure we're doing this as efficiently as possible, and that's what we're doing.
So again, as we move forward, and the more homes we have, how much staff does it take per home?
Typically, it's 3 to 4 people working 8-hour shifts. Is typically what it is, and then the weekend is a different shift typically, because the people that work during the week may or may not necessarily want to work on the weekend, and that's why if somebody wants a part-time job, we have a lot of part-time positions. Somebody wants a full-time job, we have a lot of full-time positions, and there's opportunities to move up. It's like a house manager or a territorial manager, or somebody that manages multiple homes or things of that nature too. So I'll give you an example. Like my dad retired at age 65. He passed last year, but he worked another 20 years after his retirement. He worked part-time at Journeys in different roles, driving a van, helping them in the homes, things of that nature, just because he had a heart for it. Was he the best? Probably not, but he had a heart for it. And that's what we look for in our staff. It could be somebody that is in college that just wants to work in this field later on in their career and wants to get some experience. We have a lot of part-time students that come in and work, and even work in our homes with our clients. But we also have your normal career age, but then we have a lot of retirees or getting close to retirement and just need part-time income. We have a lot of those people that have a heart for this community that do a phenomenal job. So,
well, I'll even say this: some people that are retired, I'm going to tell my wife she needs to get out and get plugged in. But we don't need the money, right? So it's not the part that. It's just maybe even volunteer hours.
Absolutely.
That's consistent. It will enrich your life. If you're out there and you're listening, man, there's so many ways we can serve our community. And I think, again, every youth, my dad thought every youth should have to go through a Job Corps program for 2 years before they went to college. I think we got to get back teaching our youth too to serve, and to serve those that don't look like them. It's easy to serve someone that looks like you,
absolutely,
but to serve others. So again, how can we, as a community, Ted, help Journeys?
I want to give another opportunity is. We're always looking for individuals who like to serve on the board of Journeys, who may say, I don't have the weekend or time to work directly with the clients on a regular basis, but maybe I have some management, some community ties, or a heart for this, and they'd like to serve on our board of directors or one of our committees, on which you don't have to be a board member to kind of learn what we're doing. I don't want to leave that opportunity out as well, Andy, for people to serve on that. And I think the best way is wherever you think your heart is with that, give us again a call at 890-4389 at Journeys. Talk to Michael Busey or myself if you see us, and say, what are those opportunities? Kind of hard, but because again, it may be organizational opportunities from donations, because something like your company may match donations. We get a lot of people who support us, and their company does a match. They give so much up to a level, their company matches. That's a great assistance, because often we think, well, these individuals are receiving their own a government program. It is very limited. It does not cover all of the cost, because we're talking about not only providing training and care, but recreation. I mean, and recreation sometimes is just going getting a $1 burger at the McDonald's, which is a big trip, or going to Dollar Tree. So it does, but that all of those funds, surprisingly, it's not an unlimited pool of money. And so, but at Journeys, we want to help these folks have our friends, our clients. We want to make sure they have fulfilling lives. So making sure that they have the money to do more than just survive. There's a certain level that we talk about, not your wife not having had money. You got to have a certain level of survival. But there is that level where you move, where you start doing things that are fun. And everybody wants to be able to have it. Now, we can't all, go to Acapulco, which is fine, but want to, go out and get a cup of coffee, or have a little shopping trip, or go to the movies. And so those are things that we have to have funding for.
It's unbelievable the cost to go to a movie.
But hey, that's one of the sponsors of WGNS, so I'm really not going to make I'm aware of where I am, Andy. So I'm going to be. But yeah, hey, it absolutely. But those are things that we often, if we're not involved in this thing. But those are rewarding things, and that's because, again, I want to come back to this overall. It's not just caring for the basic needs of individuals. It is about helping them to live fulfilling, enjoyable lives to the fullest level to which they are able. So that means social activity and growth. We all want to learn, and again, the individuals that we serve are on a spectrum. Some are much more severely physically handicapped or limited than others. Some are more intellectually limited than others. So everybody doesn't get treated the same because everybody has different abilities, and everybody has different likes. Some are very extroverted. Some are introverted, just like all of us. And so what you love being at the gym all day. Well, that probably wouldn't be, Andy, where I would spend all of my time. Doesn't make, but it's the same thing within the individuals that we serve. Some of them are going to be very involved in sports. They're going to watch it on television. They're going to have their race. If it's race season, they got the hat and the jerseys on, and they're all about. They'll tell you that their driver won the race, or he didn't do well, or their sports team. Or for others, it's going to be music or movies, and so it journeys. And so I say, but being able to enable them financially to do some of these things and to be able to get out and go, because that's our goal every day, is not to just sit in the homes and be warm and safe, but to get out and to do something, and then to have activities. Again, the Christmas party, a picnic, those type of individuals that folks can help with. Again, helping around the homes is a wonderful thing. It's just, there are lots of opportunities to get involved. It's kind of when you do, even helping with the fundraiser, we're going to talk about that a little more, but planning that, decorating, all that is a lot of work, getting, invitations. Just, you say, because some of us would say, I really want to help, but I'm not sure that I want to be in a home helping. But maybe I'm a great event organizer, then there are those opportunities as well.
Well, and one of the things that you kind of tipped on a little bit there, they love these social activities, the Halloween parties, the Valentine's parties, the July 4th. We have an organization that comes in and donates their space for us to have a Halloween party for our clients every year. And they love dressing up. They love going to these type of things. I mean, it's just something they look for, and they will talk about it for 3 months before, and they'll talk about it 3 months after. And sporting events. I mean, there's organizations that maybe the organization owns tickets to a professional sporting event or even a college sporting event, has extra tickets they can't use. Let us know ahead of time. We have clients that would love to go to these things, and due to our fundraising, due to our use of resources, now we have plenty of transportation, the staff to take them to the events. Again, it goes back to letting them live the life they want to live in the most fulfilling manner as possible.
Well, again, we're going to take another quick break and be back with Michael and Ted.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Lowe's knows how to help you get the most out of your store run. That's why members save more with My Lowe's Rewards. Earn points towards My Lowe's money on eligible purchases. Get access to member-only deals and free member gifts. Plus, unlock free standard shipping when you reach Silver Key status. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Fellas, if you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low testosterone. Don't wait. Get checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results with testosterone therapy, or TRT. And for established patients, they offer the convenience of physician-monitored at-home TRT with advanced personalized plans that include both lab testing and self-inject medication. Low T Center makes it easy, shipping directly to your door. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
Chip Walters here with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. I was named a top 10 agent in the #1 Exit Realty office in America in 2021. The top question I get around town, how's the market? Good question. And the answer's changed a few times this year alone. I'd like to know what you've heard and share some solid data we have. Give me a call and let's have a cup of coffee and take a look at what's happening in your neighborhood. All my contact info is right on my website, choosechip.net. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates.
If you want to get some barbecue, I'll tell you how to do it. Head for the Slick Pig and you're into it. Just walk through the door at 1920 East Main and your nose will send a message right to your brain. Say, smells good. And barbecue. Slick Pig. We got ribs and beans. Got spicy wings. Slick Pig.
A Murfreesboro tradition. 1920 East Main.
We're News Radio WGNS 100.5, 101.9, 1450. Online and on your phone at wgnsradio.com. This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable, WGNS. I'm Andy Herzer, here with Ted and Michael, and you guys have been a great hour for me, and we're almost done. We're kind of talking off air a little bit, too. As parents are aging, you know, I've got a next-door neighbor, he's 78, almost 79 now. He has a special needs child, and, you know, his concern is what happens to that child that he loves, who's in his 50s, when they're gone. So talk a little bit about that, you two.
That's to me, I don't have a special needs family member, but I often think of that, and I think it's a great service that to know as I'm aging and not physically able to provide all the care or go, I realize my years here are limited, don't know how many they are, but are limited, that journeys can pull alongside the family, help go ahead and start making that transition. But where families know that when we're no longer able to fully care or be there for our loved ones, that they're going to be not only cared for, but going to be in an environment that provides them fulfillment, because that's what we all want. And then we have some day programs that give family some opportunities to do some other things, or maybe get some rest where they're not ready to move into a home, but a few days a week or 5 days a week they need some opportunity, or they're no longer able to get out as well, and so their loved ones with special needs needs more activity, and Journeys can pull in and help do that as well, or maybe even help the individual with disabilities do some more things at home. We can do training like to help teach them to wash clothes, do things like that where maybe they can come at home. But all of those things help, but help long-term provide some security and some assistance to families as they need that and as their loved ones need that care.
Yeah, and another piece, Ted, I think that we see a lot as the parents of this, of the parents that have a child that may need services, as those parents age, they're not able to transport, to take their child where there needs to be. We've stepped in those roles. Another piece that I think is very important is healthcare management. We have experience with this. We have staff. We've been doing this for 50 years now. We understand the
amazing.
need.
50 years.
Yeah, 50 years. We understand the need, and we can help them manage everything from doctor's appointments, vision, medication. We can assist the family in managing that, so that when that parent is no longer around, their child already has familiarity with how Journeys is going to help them administer that. Financial management is a piece. We talked about a lot of our clients live off, government disability, things of that nature. Some of them are able to work part-time jobs and things of that nature. But there's some that are on the other spectrum where their parents left them something in a trust or something like that. And we can help them manage that. We can show them how to set that up so that the continuing care they want for their loved one, the lifestyle they want for a loved one, they always wanted to leave behind. We can help them manage that to make sure that the parents are able to leave that legacy from the grave even.
So again, there's such a need to me. And again, I grew up differently because of Jeff Broombaugh. I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Right? He changed my life and how I saw other people. I think we put blinders on sometimes in our communities. We just think everything's good because it's good for us. So the needs of your organizations is great. So let's turn the focus on how this community can come alongside y'all and help you raise money with your the night of what?
It's called Partners in the Journey.
Partners in the Journey.
Yeah, has been our fundraiser, and it's the 9th annual is coming up, and we've already scheduled that. It's going to be on Thursday night, August the 28th at the Grove. And so we want individuals, so we'll have entertainment. We will explain a little more about Journeys, but it'll be a great meal. We'll have entertainment. It will be a great time to be together. We want individuals to come, but also for individuals and businesses to sponsor. We have sponsorship levels. Sherry Morgan, who is chair of that development committee and co-chair on the board, her committee has done a great job. We'd love for you to be a part of that. I want so many.
Can anybody
folks
tell Sherry no?
No, that's right. You can't. and I want to give a special thanks. Middle Tennessee Electric and Sharing Change have been our presenting sponsor now for the last several years, and other groups, I won't mention them all, have supported us through the years. But again, 890-4389, area code 615. You can call, see us if you know Sherry. See Sherry. We're taking sponsorship now, and we have those at all kinds of levels. But want you to come and be a part of that. You can certainly contribute anytime. And we have individuals who contribute monthly to Journeys, which we appreciate. We'll take donations throughout the year. But this is kind of that focal fundraiser that we have, Andy, and we'd love for folks to come and be a part. Last year we had a great event, and lots of folks from the community. It's just a good time to be together and support a great cause that's really helping folks in our community.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit more how sponsorships. I'm in the fundraising business. You guys, I know how difficult it is. We live in such a great community though that supports so many organizations. But I think again, if this touches your heart, if you have ever been around a special needs child, all right, we need to do more. And that's what I want to say. How can we do more besides just this night? And you just said it. We need to be able to give monthly, because it's really, it's like any business, Ted. It's monthly. There are bills, and it's really be a great way. And I can tell you this: it doesn't matter the amount. Whatever God puts on your heart, pick up the phone, call the number 890-4389. 4389. 890-4389. And here's what I want the listeners to hear. What you're doing to enrich a life, you're putting a treasure up in heaven when you're helping a special needs child. So again, I want you all to know, I'm going to have Sherry Morgan call you because you can't say no to Sherry. You can say no to us three knuckleheads that are in here talking about it. But, you know, when I found out what it was doing, and Michael, you and I have talked off air, and every time I run into you, it just hits me. Mm-hmm. Jeff Broomball changed my life.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand, what people don't understand, these individuals that have special needs will bless your life in such a huge way. So, again, let's talk about it. The journey, fundraiser, how many different ways can they help? Sponsorships.
Buy
a table.
Buy a table. Yes, sir. By tickets. Typically, we've kind of done that by sponsorship. But if you want to come, we want you to be there.
And there's a silent auction too.
Yes,
we have people that may have a vacation house. They donate a week of that. We have people that have businesses that donate certain things from their business. That silent auction raises quite a bit of funds as well. And that's a piece that we want to see continue to grow of this fundraiser.
So if you're a business owner out there and you have something you would like to donate, pick up the phone. When you see Ted, when you see Michael, these guys I see them all the time in this community. They're out there. Say, hey, I've got something I want to donate to the auction because it is free money.
That's right.
Right? So, again.
And we use it, you know, if you're familiar with Journeys, we're out over on Haley Road in a building that the county leases to us very, 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 very reasonably, and it's very good to us, and we're appreciative of that. But the staff that we have at Journeys, they are as frugal of folks as you will ever find, and that money is used to serve our clients. It's not for, you know, improving facilities or making our lives necessarily more comfortable, although we want to take care of our staff because they do great work. But it's about serving the individuals that Journey has the opportunity to serve. So when you give, you can feel comfortable. I am very comfortable saying that money is used to enrich the lives of the individuals that Journey serves.
Well, you know, it's not just of our treasure, it's of our time and of our talent. So, again, if you're a talented person that can organize a party, we need you to get involved. If your talent is helping and doing drywall, painting, fixing the HVAC units, whatever it is, we need you to get involved. Again, because it's enriching lives. And when we enrich one other person's life in our community gets stronger, Ted.
And we have a huge fleet of vehicles because we try to keep our individuals out of the community as much as possible. So not only do we need help with houses, but if you're in a business and you say, hey, I do tire, you know, we do tires. Maybe we could help with flat tires or furnish, you know, tires or repairs, because that's a huge expense. It's a huge part of what we do. It's not that, because again, our goal is to keep individuals out in the community, and so that fleet of vehicles is one of the larger needs we have, Michael.
It absolutely is. And you talked about being frugal with money. That's one of the things that we've really focused in on the last couple of years, you know, is taking those vehicle dollars and stretching those even further. So, you know, 70s, 80s, even 90s, we had these huge vans for every house. We recognized that, you know what, that may not make sense anymore. Some of these homes have clients in there that don't have physical disabilities. They don't necessarily need a wheelchair van, a handicap van. So we went out and got Honda CRVs and, you know, very efficient vehicles for those type of houses. Now we have the houses with the med-res, wheelchairs, and they do need the big van. So the money raised, Ted mentioned, the money raised is used very frugally in the best way possible to try to stretch that dollar as far as we possibly can. I mean, there's no dollar that goes wasted within Journeys at all.
Well, again, I want to thank you guys so much. I know a little bit more now, and I think that's all that our community needs to know.
That's it.
There is help needed. There's more individuals that have special needs, that we need more homes, so we need more people involved in, not just of your treasure, but of your time and of your talent. So again, thank you guys for being with me today.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it so much.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the movies.
Check out what's showing at murfreesboromovies.com. Popcorn popped fresh daily.